So when starting out, I would suggest just using one club. Now the club I have here is 6.6 pounds. I use it for both one-handed training and two-handed training. And it's a good way to exercise to get your abs, your triceps, your biceps, your deltoids, and everything in your upper body, basically. So if you want to begin, I would suggest just using the one club, and then you can work your way up to using two clubs. Now, when starting out, our primary exercise is going to be the one handed club overhead swing. Now, starting position is going to be as far back as you can. Basically, have the club touching your back. This way, you get full tricep extension. So, you are exercising your triceps on the swing down, and then when you bring the club back up, it's essentially a bicep curl. So, it's mainly a bicep and tricep exercise. Now, I'm using my strong leg forward and strong leg back 10 times each. And then I'm going to switch hands, of course, and do the same thing. When bringing the club down, it's important to stop and control the weight. Ideally, you want it to be around a 90-degree angle to your body. This will definitely tax your forearm muscles more and give you a better bicep exercise when you bring it back up. So, our next exercise is going to be the basic downwards diagonal strike. Now, you want to do this by either stepping forward and, yeah, get comfortable using the club. It shouldn't matter which leg is forward and which leg is back. So, take a step forward, take a step back, and strike. Now, when you're bringing the club back up, you're using both your bicep and your tricep. As you can see, the bicep, when the wrist is forward, and the tricep when the wrist is inverted. You can do this from a standstill position if you want to focus on one particular muscle group, typically the bicep or the tricep. And we're adding in the obliques here because we're coming across our body. Now, this is a very practical exercise because this is actually how you would strike and use the club in a practical sense. So here we see our primary abdominal exercise. It's a rotational exercise using our biceps and, of course, our triceps if we're going to be swinging it back and forth like so. Now, if you want to just swing the club around and around, you're kind of cheating using the momentum of the weight of the club. But if you stop the club and then bring it back and forth, then that's more of a bicep exercise. So this is a great exercise for your abs and, of course, your traps. And if you're going to go back and forth, overhand, triceps, back and forth, underhand, biceps, biceps and triceps and traps. So it's one of the primary exercises that we do for our abs. So because this club is around 32 inches long or around 82 centimeters in length, it makes more sense to be used as a two-handed weapon. So here we see me doing two-handed overhand smashes. I'm left-handed, so I keep my left hand on top with my strong leg back, which would be my left leg back. So that would be the ideal position for me as a left-handed person. But because we're going to be doing the exercise from all different positions, I switch legs here while keeping my strong hand on top of the club. So we're going to do 10 reps with each position. So I'm going to switch again with my right hand on top of the club with my strong leg back, and then again 10 reps with my right hand on top of the club with my strong leg in the front. So again, it's a great exercise. We're using all our power, all our strength for our biceps, our triceps, our traps. So for this one, we're just doing double hand diagonal downward swings. And for brevity's sake, we'll only just show the one form here. But yeah, play around with this form. You can do strong leg back, weak leg back, strong hand on top, strong hand on bottom. So with this motion here, we're essentially doing an uppercut using a club. So this is designed to tax our oblique muscles and even our hamstrings with the uppercut exercise motion here. So again, for brevity's sake, I'm doing it from a standstill position, but you can play around, step, and do all kinds of forms with this. So here we're doing a two-handed swing. Again, try to keep the club as high as you can. Try to fight gravity. If the club begins to drop, that means you're getting fatigued, but try to keep the club at chest height level, and this will be a better exercise for you. Again, you want to switch hands, keep your weak hand on top for the 10 reps and your strong hand on top for 10 reps, and try to get at least 20 reps with this exercise. So at this exercise here, we're essentially practicing for that strongman test carnival game. So you want to get that bell rung, right? Or get the high score in the arcade. So I'm lunging forward here so I don't hurt my back. If you do this exercise from a standstill position, you have a chance of hurting your lower back. So that's why I'm doing a bit of a lunge here as I strike. So here we see me combining all the exercises that we've done with the club today and a one long 2-minute session here. So the goal for me here is to get 100 swings of the club in about 2 minutes or less. So if you get tired of doing overhand swings, then change your form to side swings. If you get tired of side to side, go to overhand. And just try to incorporate everything you've learned so far today. Now, keep in mind that this club is 6.6 pounds. So, as fatigue sets in, it may be harder and harder to get a grip on this club. You may have to pause and readjust your grip and for safety purposes. So, again, you can go from one hand to two hand, but just make sure you're holding on to that club as best you can, especially once fatigue sets in. So this one is going to be a great one for your cardiovascular exercise, and you're getting in 100 swings in 2 minutes. So you're getting in a quick, easy workout. Well, I wouldn't call it easy, but it's a quick workout, and it's going to be very, very taxing on your muscles, your upper body, your biceps, your triceps, your traps, your abs. And if you can get 200 swings in 2 minutes, then I'd say you're well on your way to advancing to the next level and possibly even going to the two clubs at the same time. But again, this is a 6.6 pound club, so it's going to be tough, especially if you haven't done this before. I only weigh around 175 pounds. So if you're a bigger guy, it could be a lot easier for you. If you're a smaller guy, it may not be possible at this time. So that's why it's important to build a club that's right for you. So these are the basic exercises. Stay tuned for an actual 1,000 swing follow along workout together.